Today's video is going to be about Seal and how crazy Seal can be to help you progress. This is in regards to Summoner XP, Summoner Gear, and Monster Artifacts. If you want to catch up super fast, this is the way to do it manually. If you end up liking this video, hit the sub button, hit the like button, hit that bell ding-a-ding thing so you know when I post a video. The bell is the most important part. Let's go, baby. Tip of the day. In a different video, I told you about Soul Connection and how valuable this is for free to play. I also talked about how that new Soul Connection monster can't be used in PvP. I was wrong. It just can't be used on arena defense. You can use it on arena offense. The more you know. Today we're going to talk about how Seal is so valuable for you to catch up and to progress in your game for your summoner. For one, the XP amount that you get for Seal is huge. Now the debate is the 75 energy for entries, which is 7 runs of Path of Adventure, which you get more XP here. But Path of Adventure is to multitask for Summoner XP and runes for your monsters. Seal, on the other hand, is Summoner XP and Summoner Equipment and Monster Artifacts. I'm going to explain to you why this is so huge for Summoners. First of all, Seal, you can solo it. I've talked about it before. When you enter the dungeon solo, you get a buff. Increases all types of stats. I'm pretty sure you get some bonus rewards in a party, but honestly, I'd rather just solo it so I don't have to bother anybody. Now, I don't have a Perna or a Brandia, which makes this dungeon super easy, so I gotta do the old-fashioned way of damage over time dots. But if you have time to manually solo this is gonna be so beneficial to you, and I'm gonna explain why. Make sure to pop an XP pot. Make sure to dodge everything if you're not bringing a healer. Now, if they're not level 80, they might die. Hey, whatever. So the battle is done, and this is what is important. Now, we get 305,000 experience. You get materials for crafting. One's for mythic gear, by the way. You get supreme or high gem boxes. You get ruined temple coins, which are important. I'll explain in a minute. And you also get 6-star legendary gear, which is also important. Let me explain everything to you. Crafting materials aside, right? You know why that's beneficial. Obviously, with gem sealed boxes, you can open these. You get purple blue rarity. You combine them. Obviously, make sure you already have a good amount of purple gems before you start combining, because hey, you might not be at the point where you need to grind and combine for legendaries. Just make sure you have a good amount of purples already equipped before you start your legendary grind. Look at that, monster attack 11.5%. I like it. Now, Seal coin exchange, depending on the progression of where you're at in the game. If you really need some big upgrades, yeah, you can buy the 6-star First Awakening gear. Or if you're trying to get more artifacts, you can get the artifacts here in the Seal coin exchange. It really just depends where you're at in the game personally. So if it's gear, get the gear just to upgrade yourself. However, if you're trying to work on artifacts, get those shards. Again, depending on your progression too, let's just say you don't need Foggy Prison, Shadow Castle, Boiling Waterfall anymore. You still should be doing these raids 3 times a week. Use your coins on artifact shards. Again, depends on where you're at in the game. Then you go into alchemy, craft your artifact boxes. Give me 82 of them. Make sure to farm those enchanted stones. Pop open your boxes. Start combining those artifacts. Start getting the blue ones. Before you start combining blue ones, make sure your monsters have what they need in the blue artifacts first. But you can always try your luck. Not too shabby. Last but not least, the gear. Hell, if you need the gear, put it on. Increase that power level, increase your stats. Now I want to thank my new friend Malevium. I can never pronounce names right, but thank you. Thomas. He's a high-ranking brawl player, and he gave me some pro tips since I've been gone so long. Now hear me out because this might get confusing. You're going to be farming the hero dungeon, getting that mythic gear. Do not level up that mythic gear yet. For one, it's very expensive to level up, to refine, etc, etc. When you get that mythic gear, leave it alone at 0. Then you focus on all the 6-star gear that you get. Then you want to look for equipment that has very good substat grades. This is not considered good substat grades. This is not considered good substat grades. This is considered good substat grades. You want to limit the amount of times that you need to refine your equipment. What you want to do is level up this piece of gear. Let's just say it's 6-star no awakening from Seal, okay? I'm just using this piece because of the good substats. But what you want to do is level up this piece of gear. Yes, this is all going to be less expensive in the long run. But again, you have a piece of equipment that has good sub grades. You level it to plus 12. If it breaks before plus 12, just repair it. If it breaks at plus 12, leave it, because what you can do is you find a piece of gear with crappy substats that's at plus 0, and you succeed those good substat grades onto the plus 0 gear. You do that over and over for 5 pieces of equipment and 5 weapons until they're all plus 15. So this plus 15 piece of gear here, you refine it to get the grades up before you succeed it into the mythic gear. As you see now, that's SSAA. You refine those 2 substats one more time. Now you have a legendary plus 15 piece of gear that has all S's. Then you select your mythic piece of equipment and you enter in that plus 15 quadruple S. Make sure that mythic gear main stat is what you want, but then you have 4 S grade substats. Then you refine them to whatever substats you want. It may be confusing, but trust me when I say this, doing all the refining on a mythic gear compared to a legendary gear, you're gonna want to do it this way. And that's it for today's video. I already have 1 piece of gear ready to go for when I get a mythic earring. I hope it all made sense to you, because in the beginning it didn't even make sense to me either. It's okay, you'll get there. If you like this video, sub, like, ding ding bell. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!